Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Ottsell. Today I'm going to teach you how we can make tens and ones at home so that we can continue learning how to add two-digit numbers together while we're at home away from school. So, say goodbye to my dog and we're going to go outside and we're going to get started. And here is another dog. That's one of my other dogs. Her name is Vespa. And now we're going outside Mr. Ottsell's house. Here is Mr. Ottsell's classroom right now on the porch. And here we are. Wow, look at those nice cubes. Those are really nice cubes. And those are what we use in class. Because here's a 10. 10 ones joined together make a 10. And here's another 10. You can see that 10 ones are joined together. 1, oops, that one broke off. Let's join it back together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ones joined together to make 110. But you know what? We don't have cubes at home. So we've got to come up with another way to make tens and ones so that we can see what we're doing when we're adding two-digit numbers. I wonder what we could do. Let me think. Oh, you know something? This 10 right here, this is the same, it's the same length of this piece of paper. So I bet if I cut a piece of paper the same length as a 10 made out of cubes, we can use that as a 10. What do you think, boys and girls? Do you think that would work? Let's try. Here I go. I'm going to take my crayon and I'm going to make a line right here. And I can see it. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm cutting very carefully so I don't cut myself. And guess what? I'm going to mark the number. I think I'm going to use purple. I'm going to mark the number 10. I guess that's blue. 10. So I made a 10, and look, it's the same length as my 10 cubes joined together, and 10 cubes joined together is 110. So let's use that. Now I have 110. But I need more because we were adding bigger numbers like 22 and 31 and 56 and 12. We were doing really big numbers. So I want us to be able to do that again. So I am going to keep cutting and making tens. But tell you what, I'm going to cut a few, and I want you to watch me, and then you can do this at home with your parents, okay? So let's do it again. All we have to do, take any sheet of paper and just start cutting it into strips. Okay, and I'm going to mark it. So now I have two tens. We know how many two tens are, right? Two tens is 20. I'm going to do it again. All right, I'm going to mark that. Okay, now I have three tens. I have 3 10 rods that I made myself, and 3 tens is 30. You're going to have the same thing. When you finish cutting your paper up with your parents, you're going to have a lot of 10 rods so you can add really big numbers together. Let's keep going. Well, I'm going to cut another one. I'm going to mark them both. I think I'll cut one more. What do you think, boys and girls? Should I cut one more? Yeah, you always want me to keep going, so I will. I'm going to cut one more. And you know what? I'm going to cut even more because I like cutting. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll like cutting with your parents too. Okay, now I'm going to stop. I'm going to write down what these are. Help me remember. Are these tens? Yes, these are tens because they're long and they're the same length as 10 cubes joined together. So these are our tens. And write it down here. Write it down here. Write it down here. And write it down here. So now I have a bunch of tens. And you know what? I can use these to solve problems like, let me get my sheet of paper here. I have another crayon. So I can use these to solve problems like, 20 plus, oh, broke my crayon, get another one. 20 plus 10 equals, let me use my new 10 rods to find out. I want to build a 20 first. I know that 20 has two 10s in it because the 2 is in the tens place. And I know that 10 has one 10 in it because the 1 is in the tens place. And I don't have to worry about the ones because there is a 0 in the ones place of 20 and there is a 0 in the ones place of 10. So 2 10s, 20, plus 1 10, 10. 10, 20, 30. 20 plus 10 is 30. Another way to say that is 2 10s and 1 10 is 3 10s, and we know that is 30. So that's a lot of fun, but we were also doing this with ones. And now I've got to make some ones. What could I do? What could I do? Let me think. I'm going to cut another strip of paper. I'm going to think while I'm cutting. Cut, 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 cut. I hope all of you are doing your worksheets that we gave you at school. I hope all of you are on iReady and iRead. I can see that some of you are because I can see what you're doing on my computer, and I'm really happy that most of you are trying to work really hard and keep learning while we're out of school. Okay, so now I've got two strips, but I don't think I can call these ones because these are the same as these. I think I've got to do something else. What could I do? Oh, I remember. When these are long, I call them a 10 because they're the same length as 10 cubes joined together. But what if I take my 10 cubes apart? Put it back into ones. Okay, here's a 1. Here's a 1. Here's a 1. Oh, that gives me an idea. Here's 3 ones. What if I do this? Snip. And snip. And snip. Okay. Now I think I'm going to use a different color. I like blue. I think this is blue. Not too similar. Brown. I like brown. So there's a 1. And another 1. And another 1. So look, I have 3 ones in cubes, and I have 3 ones that I made out of paper. And they're the same thing, really. I can use them the same way. So I'm going to do that some more. I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to snip again. And like I said, I want you to do this only with your parents, because cutting can be a little bit tricky, and it's better if your parents are there watching you. So please only cut when your parents are there to supervise you. And your parent supervise is another way of saying watch. So I'm cutting, and I'm cutting, and I'm cutting, and I'm going to put them down, and I'm going to write a 1 on each of these so I can remember. There's another 1, and here's 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 another 1. Oops, that's okay. And I think I have enough. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I made one of my 10 rods into 10 ones by breaking it apart into the ones that it was originally made of. So here's my 10 rod, and here's 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones, 8 ones, 9 ones, 10 ones. Hope everybody can see that. All right, so now I have 1 10 and 10 ones. So I want to try another problem because now I can use 10s and 1s, and we're going to review in the next lesson what we were learning in school before we left. But to end this lesson, I think I just want to make sure this works. So here's what I'm going to do. I know that 20 plus 10 is 30. I'll make it a little bit harder for myself. So I'm going to do 22 plus 13 equals something. There's my question mark. 22 plus 13 equals something. How can I figure that out? Using what I know about tens and ones. Well, let's start. I'm going to move this up out of the way a little bit so we can still see what we're working on right now. So 22 plus 13 equals something. Well, let me build 22 first. So I know that 22 is two tens. Put that right there. And I'm going to put my ones over here. Okay. So now I have two tens and two ones, 10, 20, 21, 22. Now I'm going to build 13. I know that 13 has one 10 in it because it's got a 1 in the tens place. So I'm going to put one 10 down, and I'm going to put three ones. Put them right next to it. 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to go ahead and move those ones back over here so they're where they belong. So I have 22 over here, 10, 20, 21, 22. And I have 13 right here, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we learned in class that when we add two-digit numbers together, we add the tens first, and then we add the ones. Or we could add the ones first, and then add the tens. But let's start off with the tens first because they're bigger. So, let's take my tens. And I'll put all my tens in one place, and I'll put all my ones in one place. So let me just move them around a little bit. So here's all my ones over here. And here's my tens over here. So it looks like 10, 20, 30. So I've got three tens. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let me check again. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I think that 22 and 13 is 35. But I'm going to check myself. And the way to check is I'm going to take everything apart again. I'm going to build 22. 22 has two tens and two ones. I'm going to build 13. 13 has one 10 and three ones. Okay, so now I've got everything separated, and I'm going to join, because that's what we do when we add. So I'm going to take all my ones, I'm going to put them together right over here. I'm going to take my tens and slide them over this way. So 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So now I know that 22 plus 13 is 35. And I check myself, so I'm going to draw a check right there. So, boys and girls, in this lesson, we learned how to make 10 rods out of paper, base 10 rods out of paper, and we learned how to make ones out of paper. So here's what I want you to do for your next assignment. When we come back to class tomorrow, or the next time we do math, I want you to make 10 rods out of paper, and I want you to make 20 ones out of paper. Remember, this is a 10, and this is a 1. And all you're going to need is 2 sheets of regular paper, just like this. Any kind of paper you have around the house will work. Remember to cut only when your parents are around, and then use your crayons to make the long strips into 10s and the short ones into 1s. And the next time we're going to play around with adding numbers, adding big numbers together, and we'll do some word problems, and we'll have a lot of fun. And I will also show you a way to make a 10s and 1s mat like we have at school. Sound good? All right. Well, thank you very much for coming to class today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to say I miss all of you, and I can't wait till we get back to school soon. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.